everybody, this is Sister Omi. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is being safe, taking care of yourself and taking care of your loved ones. Even though they're saying social distancing is more physical distancing, and does not mean we can't care for others. So if you know a senior, they need some food, you can't go in the house, but you can always leave a bag of food by their door, or just call them up and ask them how they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I just hope everyone is doing well and taking good care of themselves at this time. Now, this reading is for the new moon in Taurus and the full moon in Scorpio. We just going to go through the whole between this new moon and the following new moon. And this is going to be for the sign of Pisces. So Pisces, this new moon in Taurus is more, Taurus is earth. Taurus is grounded. So this is about, it's interesting because I might as well just go into the cards, okay? And this is Pisces for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. Rebirth. Rebirth. Now this is the Earth Star Chakra. The Earth Star Chakra is that chakra that connects us with the heart of the earth. That is the 6 inches below your feet. So this has to deal with nurturing, being grounded, which is all of this is very Taurus-like vibration. Okay? Stability, vitality, connection with Mother Earth, or connection, since this is the earth, the connection with your ancestral roots. Now, if you're into meditation in a traditional sense, a garnet, that red garnet, because this is almost like the root chakra, it's good to maybe hold this particular crystal in your hand and or focus on that red light as you think and send the messages into the earth, into your roots, and see what Spirit has in store for you. But this is about rebirth. And pulling this card, this is about a powerful awakening, a powerful heal. There's a healing process going on. And we have all different types of healing on life's journey. And pulling this is it's like divine timing. Really. Divine timing, and realizing nothing lasts forever. Everything changes. So there's always a beginning and an end. A divine knowing when it's time to move, to create, to be still. And sometimes in your life things end. So something very positive is awakening within you. So let go of anything that's not supporting you, be it relationships, people, places, things, habits. If they're not serving you, this is the awakening, the rebirth. It's time to let that stuff go so that you can move forward and be ready for some positive changes, some positive experiences that are due to be happening. So if you planted seeds for a new opportunity, or if you've been nurturing them, this is the time. This is the time to see some actions for the work that you put in. And if you're not seeing things, this is a time to really look at what is important to you. This is the ground. This is your stability. What makes you feel secure? I'm just saying. So going into this cycle, this is a cycle of rebirth. Yeah, this is a cycle of rebirth. So I have pulled some cards here. And so let's see what they have to say. All right? Yancey. Yancey is what she is called in Brazil or in the Candomblé. If you are in Africa, follow the Yoruba tradition, or even Santeria, she's called Oya. She is the winds of change. You talk about the broom sweeps clean. Hey, didn't I just say, if something is not serving you at this time, Pisces, it's time to get the broom and sweep the stuff away. We're also looking at this from that earth sense. Oya, she is the owner of the cemetery. Those ancestral spirits are probably, as I'm speaking, there's a deep part of me that feels you already know something has to change. You already know what you need to release. You already know what needs to be changed. So this to me is saying your ancestors are with you and they're nudging you at this time. And we are in a world of change, and this is definitely indicative to Oya. So what is it that you're willing to change, get rid of, and release? Is it a relationship? Is it a habit? Is it a belief? It could be anything. Everyone's different. And I'm just going to read the cards. And you know what? Next we got the Empress. But here she's depicted as Yemaya. Yemaya is the ruler of all the oceans. She created the moon and the stars. Yemaya is the ultimate mother. So maybe you need to connect with your mother. If your mother, your grandmother, one of great aunts have moved on into ancestral realm and made that transition, maybe you need to tap into their spirit and call on them for some help. Because this is about giving birth to an idea, more or less. We think about the Empress. She's very intuitive. This is about germinating the idea. She even looks pregnant here. What do you want to give birth to? What have you been working on that may have been hard to fathom? Has it been letting go of a relationship that doesn't serve you? Has it been getting rid of a habit that doesn't serve you? Has it been a way of thinking that's not serving you? It's that give birth, in a sense. But what I think is interesting, because Oya, the ruler of the cemetery, she had a number of stillbirths. So maybe there were some things you wanted to initiate that did not work out. But here you're being encouraged just to release what's not serving you and call on that mother energy, that intuitiveness, in connecting with the earth and realizing what you need to do. Now, if this happens to do, I'll use your finances. If this has to do with your finances, this is about taking the time to improve your finances. This is what maybe you should focus on. Also, taking the time to appreciate what you already have and work on being grounded from where you are. This water, this nurturing, and then looking at this too, I would say, Pisces, because you're a water sign, that water, that emotion, I would encourage you. You have to nurture the earth. You water the earth. Are you getting enough water? Are you staying hydrated? And if you don't like water, maybe get you some coconut water to hydrate you, so that you know what, that also is a good form of detox, but at the same time help you get more focus, help you to tap into your own divinity. Because when you think about it, most Pisces, most water signs have that intuitiveness, and it could be like that sixth sense, or you have that feeling. People say, I walked in the room and I had a strange feeling like I didn't need to be there, so I left. And good thing you did. You heard that a fight might have broke out. I'm just saying. So, in a sense, you're watering the earth. And spirits are, this to me, I'm taking this as like your ancestral spirits are with you. But at the same time, you're being encouraged here to tap into your intuition and think about your physical connection to the earth. Also, if you have a mother or mothering type, or maybe you need to have a conversation with them, I mean a real sit-down conversation where you could ask questions or express or find a way to tap into what's already in you. Find a way to tap into that, tap into some knowledge here. Maybe there's a mother or grandmother, or maybe there's someone who's already an ancestor. Maybe in your dreams. Maybe you should pay attention to your dreams with this Empress coming up and this Oya. I would encourage you to maybe pay attention to your dreams. And maybe, Pisces, you just gonna have to take a stand and defend yourself here. This is a somewhat defensive energy. This is the Seven of Wands. You know, Wands is that fire, that primal energy, but it's also has to do with your determination and strength and a sense of spirituality. And maybe you have not been speaking your truth, and maybe that's what you're being stirred to do, or maybe that's a habit you need to, maybe that's something you need to get rid of going into this full moon in Scorpio. Or for some, maybe you have to defend here. You have to, with this Taurus new moon going into that Scorpio full moon, you have to defend yourself to build up your confidence. Maybe at the same time, you may have to really, you'll be in maybe in a situation where you have to defend what you value. What do you value? This is about standing up for your convictions. What are your convictions? This is a very defensive energy. But then going back here, we're also thinking about maybe you should also, this is just a suggestion for some, make a change in your nighttime routine to support a positive sleeping habit. You know, because some of these stirrings, you know, these ancestral and emotional stirrings here, maybe with this, you're being encouraged to support some positive sleep habits. Like, make your bed, like when you go to bed, no technology around your bed that's going to stir you up at night. Let's see. And with this, I would definitely go back to that healthy hydration. You know, maybe find yourself a nice water bottle and keep it with you all the time. And maybe if you don't like water, get the coconut water, because that's an excellent way to hydrate you. You're probably not getting enough water, Pisces. And you could be feeling emotionally defensive because you're not being properly hydrated. Your body is the earth too. We have to remember that, and you have to water and nurture it. Two of Earth. Now we're looking at hydration, and this Earth is more. For anything to grow, it has to be nurtured. But with this Two of Earth, you think about, in the traditional deck, you see the juggling, right? So with this rebirth, there's certain things that I feel there's certain things that are stirring in you that you need to nurture and take the time to really look at. But with this two here, realize life can be, well, you already know life can be difficult. So this is about being flexible and fluid, and about maintaining a sense of lightness and fun. You know, we think of twos. Twos in itself is like balance. Twos is also about choice. It's about reciprocity. And it's kind of interesting when we think of this. This is about, your hands may be full hands, rich life. Balance on the edges of depth and lightness. Find joy in each moment. It's depths of lightness. Going into the depths. Going into that scorpionic energy. And balancing. It's like balancing the light and the dark. The yin and the yang. And when you think about it like this, we go back, we're starting this cycle at the new moon, is balancing the winds of change and that nurturing. Change and nurture. This is really, I see, nurturing yourself. That's where the rebirth is going to start. I'm looking at defending. You have to stand up and defend yourself. I really see this in a sense that maybe you just need to put everything away. Don't look at your relationships. And at this, starting this new moon in Taurus, since this is stability, looking at your finances, get your finances in order, get your mind in order, get your emotions, get all these things in order. So if you do have to defend yourself and you come into balancing the light and the dark, this is about being flexible and fluid. And in that lies the rebirth. Busy life is an abundant life, and many skills are called to task at once. Witch hazel is valued for providing a multiple of functions. Food and refuge for birds, flexible branches for baskets, bark for medicine, flowering for late winter. Witch hazel blends the edges of winter and spring, grief and joy, depth and lightness. The ability to hold the tension of opposing interests brings prosperity. Your stability may feel at risk, but as the flowers promise, relief is not far off. When the world shifts around you, find solid ground in the present moment. Like witch hazel blossoms with brighten of the winter landscape, adding levity to all your tasks will lighten your load. So whatever's going on around you, it's that balance of the light and dark, that levity. Because once you get here, because, the broom sweeps clean. So people, places, and things that are not serving you, you have to get rid of it. If it's a relationship, whatever, you have to get rid of it. And this is about really nurturing yourself and then tapping into your intuition. And whatever you're deciding to do, you defend that if you have to aggressively. And whatever happens, remain flexible and fluid. So, wow, I think this is definitely going, this is really starting with that Taurus energy and going into that Scorpio new moon, that Scorpio, that water, that depth. Scorpio doesn't like anything shallow. So we're ending this phase, and this Scorpio is really delving deep within ourselves and allowing ourselves to be who we are in a balanced and lighthearted way. It's also part of the rebirth, because that full moon is Scorp. Whatever you're thinking about letting go in this new moon and that nurturing, you're going to come to that conclusion when you start defending yourself. You're going to be releasing some things, and what you have left is going to require some balance. That's that emotional exchange, that defense, that emotional exchange, that juggle, the light and the dark, the earth and the water, that energy is going to have to be balanced. And you're capable of doing that, Pisces. That's that rebirth here. Wow. I think I pronounced this crystal correctly. It's a pink crystal. I think it's really kind of pretty. But this is about the master cleanser. So going back to, like we think of Yancy here, the broom sweeps clean. That could be with your diet, nutrition, right? And defense, balancing that fire, drinking enough water, nurturing your earth, which is your body. So going back to that coconut water, that may be a very good way of cleansing and keeping yourself hydrated. But this is to encourage you, that let you know that regular detoxing and purification on all levels ensures well-being, as does being anchored to the earth. And this is what this is, are anchored to the earth. And this is also encouraging you. And we're going back to the Yancey at this new moon, it's decluttering your life. If you got like stuff, it's time to declutter. If it means you clean your car, clean your body, clean your mind. And what's interesting too, the new moon on the 23rd, the new moon in Taurus, is the beginning of Ramadan, that fasting period. So what may be a challenge, and we think about this earth getting grounded, really think about what you eat. Are you really nurturing your body, that physical body, the earth that your spirit lives in? During Ramadan, they eat before the sun goes up, and then again when the sun goes down. Think about the quality of your food. And don't hold me to this, but I don't even know if they drink water in between. But with the cards you have, I would say, I would encourage you to make sure, and this could be a form of detox for you, or a form of cleansing, drinking a lot of water, just good clean water, and add some coconut water in there also, because that's going to help with the hydration, and which is good for healing the healing process. Clean your car, clean your house, clean your mind, or maybe do some juice fasting. Just a suggestion. The broom sweeps clean. Physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And when you're doing that, you'll be strong enough to defend yourself, and what's left you'll be able to balance. And that could be the rebirth, just flushing what you no longer need. And here we have the fig tree. It's the tree of life card, and why some of these are considered the tree of life, because you could live off a fig tree. You could live off some figs, you ain't got no food. Lower pleasures you attract are potentially overwhelming and dangerous. Peace arrives through higher gratification, enlightened love. So maybe what you need to get rid of or bring into balance is your sexual desires. Especially now with social distancing, you don't know what. Before it's like you just want to get someone tested for the virus. Now they got about 5-6 things you need to test for before you even cross that bridge. So maybe that's where you need to defend yourself and protect yourself, protect your health. Especially if you were motivated by your sexual or physical desires. I'm just saying. But if you do that, you're being encouraged here. You are to be encouraged. That enlightening love is that love of self. That enlightening love is that rebirth that is bound to happen. If you are willing to sweep away what you no longer need, people, places, things, habits, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and become more intuitive and defend your position. and realize that life is a balancing, juggling act. So it's about balancing the earth and the water, the light and the dark, the air and the fire. And if you balance that and be able to you know, and have that master cleanse, whew, enlightening love. Pisces, you are encouraged here to let the broom sweep clean in your life so that you can have that rebirth. That's what this new moon in Taurus is starting with: getting grounded emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, mind, body, and soul. Sweep away what you no longer need. And that could be a people, place, or thing. Relationships, habits. Only you know what is not serving you. It's time to let it go. So, with that said, I hope the best. Stay safe. Peace, love, and blessings and all that good stuff. But please like, share, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. This is Sister Omi. Peace.